Have you guys also ever wondered why you can understand nearly all English and you can also read English almost perfectly, but when it comes to speaking, you just can't speak spontaneously when talking to someone else? I get you a lot, guys. That's why in today's video, I'm going to share to you a few of the powerful tips that I know works because I personally use them on learning how to speak English fluently. All of that coming up. Hey, what's up, you there guys? Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's WealthyPatty here, and in this channel where I make great and useful contents. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and also press the notification bell so you won't miss out anything.
But of course guys, mag-shoutout sa natin na yun nga Julia. So in today's shoutout, we have Dexter Tanayo. So might as well check out his channel, guys. So subscribe na lang din. And also, special shoutout natin today. Shoutout tayo ko kang Sir Francis Tabaglong o kang Sir Roger Bacor. Did I say it right? Actually, I've heard that you guys were amazing. So thank you guys for the support. Actually, I've heard it from my mom. So shoutout pa lang sa day ko kang sa akong parents and my family in general. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get right into it.
So in this video guys, we're not going to talk about the technical part, the typical lessons when it comes to learning English fluency, such as memorization, translation, learning vocabulary, grammar, and all that kind of stuff, because that's just the traditional way of teaching how to learn a language and being able to speak it fluently. Because those methods that I mentioned guys, they are sure necessary because it'll give you the very basics and structure of English, but it will not give you the results that you desire when it comes to fluency. So you gotta transcend to the very basic, you gotta transcend to the school setup way of learning if you want to become an English fluent speaker. So first part is don't mind your grammar and errors. So go out there and speak, do not be afraid. As a matter of fact, grammar has a little to do with your fluency, because fluency means being able to construct a sentence, being able to speak fluently or spontaneously without stopping or hesitating. And if you're always gonna think about your grammar, not only it will slow you down, but you're gonna be conscious if you are saying the right word, if you're using the correct grammar, and that's the reason why you wouldn't be able to speak fluently. So just get started and speak regardless of your current knowledge of English and your current level of fluency. So in other words, don't give a damn about making mistakes. Forget about what people are thinking, because that's what stops us when we start conforming to other people's BS and their sense of perfectionism, and it will not gonna take you somewhere. And you know, maybe also one of the reasons why I don't give much credit to school and my fluency, because I'm pretty much convinced I didn't learn my fluency there. Because in school, you're not allowed to make mistakes, you're not allowed to make an error, and that's why you will stay whatever feels safe and comfortable. Because now you're avoiding making mistakes. You're avoiding criticisms from your classmates, and that's the reason why you're not going to improve. And you know, I can understand that feeling of fear, because in school, a mistake or a failure means a low mark in your grade, and that's one of the biggest misinterpretations in the history, that your grades defines your intelligence, when in fact it's not. It's never been that way, and it will never be that way. And you know nga, one more time, in school, a failure means a low mark in your grade, but in real life, you gotta fail for you to be able to learn something. And sometimes guys, if not often, it's just our mind playing tricks to us. Whenever we try to speak another language, there's thoughts constantly going on, the negative projections, like things like, oh, they're gonna laugh at me, oh, they're gonna think I'm stupid, oh, they're gonna criticize me, when in fact, you don't really know if they're thinking that way. It's just that your negative projection. Because in my case guys, the moment I decided I'm gonna learn how to speak English or improve on my fluency, that's also the moment I decided that I won't ever give a damn about me making mistakes and what others are gonna think of me. About this grammars and error and all that kind of stuff, I won't ever give a damn about it. And you know, I'm still learning up to this day, because obviously there's always something more to learn. We're constantly improving. And in terms of fluency, I gotta say that I'm still 7 or 8 out of 10, so fair enough. And also guys, why not minding your mistakes is really important, because it'll give you the comfort eventually. At first, it might be embarrassing that you're making mistakes all the time, but when you just speak without hesitating and continuously making errors, you're gonna get used to it eventually. And when I say making errors guys, I don't mean it's okay to make errors. What I mean is, you are acknowledging the fact that you are still learning, that you are just starting out, and mistakes are likely to happen and it's very normal. And also, how do you guys learn your first language? Is it because you attend to seminar? You went to university and learned vocabulary? Is it that way? How do you guys learn your first language? Obviously not. You're not even trying it. Because when you were just a toddler, when you were just this little, you don't actually care if you are making mistakes. That's all there is to it. A kid doesn't care if he always makes mistakes. That's why if you're going to teach a kid 5 languages simultaneously, he'll gonna rack it. So tip number 2, guys, speak as if English is your first language. So one of the biggest common mistakes of English learners out there, guys, is when they speak English, they first construct the sentence in their heads using their own language and begin translating it word for word. And that's not gonna work, because not only it is slow, because you are translating every word from your dialect and then to English, but also there are certain phrases and words in your dialect that has no equivalent in English. So if you want to learn how to speak English fluently, you gotta think only in English. English words, English phrases, English slang words. And you do that by conditioning your mind that English is your first language. So next tip. So this time around, let's gonna go a little bit technical and a little bit more practical exercise kind of thing. So tip number 3 is mimicking a dialogue in English movies. So in my case, guys, I always watch English movies all the time, and what I do is I mimic or copy what they are saying, and that includes how they are saying it, the diction, the pronunciation, the speed, and more importantly, the feeling or the intent of how they are saying it. Because when you communicate, it has to mean something, and not just you are saying it or copying it. So when you try to mimic or when you try to copy, you gotta act like you are the one in a movie. Back then, guys, I used to spend 1 to 2 hours every single day using this kind of method. So those are just the few tips and exercises, guys, that I've taken into account to improve my English fluency. Actually, there is still a lot more, but since I couldn't cover everything in here, because it's gonna take a long na. So let me know what you guys think, and let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see more about this English tutorials. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See ya.